this is Ecotech. If there's one thing Samsung has been consistently pushing forward, it's display technology, and this new Samsung QN65S95F, also known as the S95F QD-OLED, feels like another one of those moments where the company doubles down on making one of the best-looking TVs in its class. So, I've been spending some time with this 65-inch QD-OLED 4K smart TV, and right out of the box, it's clear Samsung wants you to feel like you're upgrading not just your screen but your entire viewing environment. It starts with the design, super minimal, practically bezel-less, and the type of TV that disappears when you're watching content but looks premium when you're not. It's surprisingly clean for such a large piece of hardware, and at 88 pounds, it's solid but still manageable for a 65-inch set. And then once you turn it on, that's when the real story begins. Samsung's QD-OLED panel combines the infinite black levels of OLED with the quantum dot tech they've been running for years, and the result is this really vibrant, color-rich image that feels deeper than many traditional OLEDs. You get these ultra-pure reds and greens that just look better because quantum dots don't fade over time the same way filters do. It's one of those displays where even a simple home screen looks like a demo reel. One thing Samsung is really flexing here is the glare-free screen. Usually, OLED and reflection don't go well together. Big glossy panels tend to pick up every light source in your living room. But here, Samsung has added this anti-glare coating that doesn't wash out the contrast but still helps kill reflections really well. It's the kind of thing you only appreciate once it's on your wall and you realize you can watch a bright daytime scene with the windows open without the panel turning into a mirror. Combine that with HDR10 Plus and their Quantum Dot HDR Pro Tech, and you get highlights that punch way above what traditional OLED panels deliver. HDR content looks incredible. Bright scenes aren't just bright, they're controlled, and dark scenes stay detailed without blooming or crushing. And since this is a self-luminous panel, pixel-level light control is as good as it gets. Now, Samsung didn't just stop at the picture. They built this thing for motion too. And yeah, I know, the number that jumps out is the 165Hz refresh rate. On a TV, that's wild. It's mostly aimed at gaming, because if you have a machine or even a next-gen console capable of pushing high frame rates, this thing can keep up. Between AMD FreeSync support and Samsung's game mode optimizations, motion looks incredibly smooth. Fast-paced content like live sports or action movies already benefits from a high refresh rate, but when you plug in a gaming PC, the difference becomes obvious. There's almost no noticeable blur, and input lag is low enough that competitive players won't complain. It's honestly more than what most people will ever need in a living room setup, but having that overhead means it ages well as games get better and frame rates climb. Audio is another area where Samsung takes a more immersive approach. This TV includes built-in Dolby Atmos and something Samsung calls object tracking sound light. Basically, audio doesn't just blast from the bottom of the TV, it shifts around to match whatever is happening on screen. A car moves left to right, and you can feel the audio directionally follow it. It's not going to replace a full external Atmos setup, but for built-in speakers, it's surprisingly good, and the 5.1 channel processing does a respectable job filling the room. If you don't want to invest in a soundbar immediately, you're not going to feel like you're missing out. Samsung's Tizen OS feels familiar but increasingly polished. It's fast, app-rich, and complete with Alexa built right in. Voice commands are smooth, and if you're already deep into the smart home ecosystem, you can control lights, thermostats, and other devices straight from the TV. And of course, all the major streaming platforms are here: Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, and this bundle even throws in apps like Brain FM for focus music, Daily Burn for workouts, and Galaxy TV for entertainment, which is a pretty interesting spread that makes this feel more like a lifestyle package. Navigation is snappy, the UI is clean, and switching between apps, sources, and settings doesn't feel like you're waiting for a slow computer. Everything is instant. Connectivity-wise, it covers what most people need: Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, HDMI, USB, and even USB-C support, although this particular model only gives you one HDMI port. It's a bit unusual for a premium TV, and some people might feel limited by that depending on how many devices they run. Still, the included UAX HDMI cable in the bundle helps you get started, and it's rated for 4K, so you're not going to bottleneck the panel. The TV supports H.264, H.265, and EP9, so pretty much all modern video formats play without issue, and wireless streaming from your phone or laptop is smooth and lag-free. One thing about this package that stands out is the bonus bundle you get with the TV. expensive OLED panels, where burn-in anxiety still exists even if Samsung has a ton of protections built in. A 2-year plan is something people will appreciate. Then adding a premium HDMI cable and the streaming bundle on top of that just makes the purchase feel more complete. For someone who wants to buy a TV and be fully set up without shopping for extra accessories, this hits that mark really well. In everyday use, the S95F is just a fun TV to live with. Movies look cinematic, sports look smooth, games look incredible, and the OS stays out of the way. The glare-free coating and OLED contrast make a bigger difference than you expect, and the high refresh rate ensures that this thing feels future-ready. It's not trying to reinvent what a TV is, but it takes everything people already like about OLED: deep blacks, incredible color, amazing contrast, and stacks Samsung's brightness and anti-glare advantages on top. The result is a panel that feels premium, modern, and genuinely enjoyable whether you're watching, gaming, or just browsing. So, who is this TV for? It's for someone who wants the best picture quality possible in a 65-inch setup, someone who likes OLED but wants better brightness, someone who wants gaming performance with the smoothest motion a TV can give, and someone who appreciates a clean design with great built-in audio. If you've been waiting for a display that nails all the essentials and still throws in extras like a protection plan and high-quality accessories, then Samsung's S95F QD-OLED is very hard to beat.